Hindko, also known as Panjastani or as Pahari, is a northern dialect of Western Punjabi spoken in northern Pakistan and India as well as by the Hindko people of Afghanistan. Hindko follows the standardized Punjabi Shemukhi script for writing. The literal meaning of the word Hindko is mountains of India, a name the Persians gave to the entire Himalaya mountains. The word Hind is the Persianized reference to the regions associated with the Indus River immediately to the east of Persia, and Ko means mountains. The word Hindko has also been interpreted to mean the language of India. The term is also found in Greek references to the mountainous region in eastern Afghanistan and northern Pakistan as Kappa Alpha Upsilon Kappa Alpha Sigma Omicron Sigma Iota Nu Delta Iota Kappa Omicron Sigma. Name. The name Hindko simply means Indian, and has been applied to various dialects spoken in northern Pakistan. In the areas of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab especially Pothohar Plateau, Pakistan-administered Kashmir, including by some Pashtun tribes, as well as by the Hindko people of Afghanistan. The name is found in Greek references to the mountainous region in eastern Afghanistan and northern Pakistan as Kappa Alpha Upsilon Kappa Alpha Sigma Omicron Sigma Iota Nu Delta Iota Kappa Omicron Sigma. There is no generic name for these people because they belong to diverse ethnic groups and tend to identify themselves by the larger families or castes. However, the people of the largest group in the districts of Harapur, Abbottabad, Mansehra, Battagram and Kohistan are sometimes recognized collectively as Hazaramal, named after the defunct Hazara division that comprised these districts. In Peshawar city they are called Peshawari or Karai by Pashtuns, meaning city dwellers. Language or dialect. Almost all linguists classify Hindko as a dialect of Punjabi, and only very few consider it a distinct language, especially in modern times. In recent years, the migration of the people from the Hazara region to the plains of Punjab and intermarriages has brought Hindko even closer to standard Punjab. Punjabi has, like Sindhi, Urdu, and Hindi, also been exposed to the dialect versus language question. Each of these languages have a central standard on which its literature is based, and from which there are multiple dialectal variations. Sub-dialects. Hindko could be classified into 4 sub-dialects: Hazara Hindko, Peshawari Hindko, Chapter, and Koati. The Hindko of Peshawar is prestigious and the basis for an emergent literature. Due to the ambiguous nature of the name of Hindko, much of the literature on the language is confused, and much of the material below concerns all dialects called Hindko, rather than Hindko proper. Hindko is closely related to few other dialects of Punjabi, especially with the Dani dialect of Chakkal. History and origin. During the pre-Islamic era in present-day Pakistan, the language of the masses was refined by the ancient grammarian Panini, who set the rules of an ancient language called Sanskrit, which was used principally for Hindu scriptures. Meanwhile, the vernacular language of the masses, Prakrit, developed into many tongues and dialects which spread over the northern parts of South Asia. Hindko is believed to be closely related to Prakrit. It has undergone very little grammatical change, but has borrowed considerable vocabulary from its neighbors, in particular Pahari, Gujari, Maya, and Pashtu. Demographics. The speakers of Hindko live primarily in 7 districts: Mansehra, Abbottabad, Harapur, Peshawar, Nowshera, Akora Katik, Swabi and Kohat in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Attic and Rawalpindi in Punjab, and parts of Pakistan-administered Kashmir including Muzaffarabad. Jonathan Addleton states that Hindko is the linguistic majority in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, represented in nearly 1/3 of the province's total households. In Abbottabad district 88% of households reported speaking Hindko. In Mansehra district 77%, in Peshawar district 35%, and in Kohat district 40%. Testing of inherent intelligibility among Hindko dialects through the use of recorded tests has shown that there is a northern dialect group and a southern group. The southern dialects are more widely understood throughout the dialect network than the northern dialects. The dialects of rural Peshawar and Talagang are the most widely understood of the dialects tested. The dialect of Balakot is the least widely understood. In most Hindko-speaking areas, speakers of Pashto live in the same or neighboring communities. In Abbottabad, it is now being advanced due to usage of Urdu words. It is spoken mainly in the Hazara division of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Potohar region of Punjab province. The language is spoken by people of different ethnic backgrounds. The relationship between Hindko and Pashto is not one of stable bilingualism. In the northeast, Hindko is the dominant dialect both in terms of domain of usage and in terms of the number of speakers, whereas in the southwest, Pashto seems to be advancing in those same areas. The Gandhara Hindko board published the first dictionary of Hindko, and its launching ceremony was held on March 16, 2003. According to a press release, Sultan Sarkoon, a Hindko poet, compiled the dictionary. Hindko speakers are also found throughout Afghanistan, where they are known as Hindkois, literature and writers. The Gandhara Hindko Board is a leading organization that has been active in the preservation and promotion of the Hindkoan culture since 1993. The board was launched in Peshawar in year 1993 to preserve and promote Hindko, the second most spoken of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. It brings out 4 regular publications: Hindkoan, the Gandhara Voice, Sarkile, and Tari, and a number of occasional publications. Late Professor Zahor Ahmed Awin of Peshawar City, the author of 61 books and publications, was the founding chairman of the board. Now the board is headed by Ajaz Ahmed Qureshi. The board has published first Hindko dictionary and several other books on a variety of topics. With head office in Peshawar, the organization has regional offices in other cities of the province where Hindko is spoken and understood. The organization has arranged a number of mega events to raise awareness among the Hindkoans about the importance of their language and culture. The board seeks respect for and due attention to all the languages spoken in Gandhara. In 2003, the Gandhara Hindko board published first a Hindko dictionary, which was compiled by a prominent linguist from Abbottabad, Sultan Sarkoon. The board published a second, more comprehensive Hindko dictionary in 2007, prepared by Li Bax Awin of the University of London. He is the author of Sarzamini Hindko and Hindko Sotiat. His 3 booklets on Hindko phonology were published by the University of Peshawar in the late 70s. The Idara-e-Pharaoh Hindko based in Peshawar is another body that is promoting the Hindko. Rifat Akbar Swati and Aurangzeb Ghaznavi are main people of this organization. The Idara has published the first Hindko translation of the Quran by Haidar Zaman Haidar and the first Ph.D. thesis on Hindko by E.B.A. Awin. A monthly magazine, Faru, is also published regularly from Peshawar under supervision of Aurangzeb Ghaznavi. In Karachi, Syed Mahbub is working for the promotion of Hindko. His articles are frequently published in Pharaoh Monthly. He is organizer of Hindko Falai Forum. Many organizations like Bazami Ilmo Fun Abbottabad and Halqa-e-Iran Shinkyari are contributing in their own way to the cause of promoting Hindko and literature. Asif Saqib, Sufi Abdul Rashid, Fazli Akbar Kamal, Sharif Hussain Shah, Muhammad Farad, Yahya Khalid, Nazir Kasalvi, and Muhammad Hanif have contributed a lot in this regard. Sultan Sarkoon has written the first Hindko dictionary that has been published by Gandhara Hindko board. Sultan Sarkoon stands out for his literary contribution as he is a prolific writer, and his books, including those on Hindko proverbs and Hindko riddles, have been published. In 2014, Dr. Halil Toka published a book on A Practical Guide to Hindko Grammar. Dr. Halil Toker is a professor at Urdu Language and Literature Department, Istanbul University, Faculty of Letters, Istanbul, Turkey. He has specialized in Urdu and Persian, but he knows some other languages of the subcontinent like Hindi, Punjabi and Hindko as well. He has 30 published books and more than 100 articles in Turkish, Urdu and English to his credit. He has a special interest in Dr. Muhammad Iqbal, the renowned thinker and poet of the Islamic world, and has some research works on him. Hindko poets. Some of the prominent Hindko poets: Mr. Asif Saqib, Ahmed Ali Saan, Professor Sufi Abdul Rashid Kal, Fazli Akbar Kamal, Mr. Sultan Sarkoon, Mr. Sharif Hussain Shah, Professor Muhammad Farad, Professor Yahya Khalid, Mr.